thousands of mice started crawling into the elevator.
Nah. 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 Sup? I am recording, right? I am. Sup, dog? Oh shit. No, it's on. Okay. Jesus Christ. You got it. Oh.
It gives me goosebumps to recall that dark and stormy night. The weather was at its worst. I was on my way to a party in Madison with my best friend. The weather forecasts called for severe thunderstorms, but we refused to miss our long-awaited trip. We all piled in my car for a 6-hour drive. The first few hours were fine, just raining and seldom lighting. Then the typical thunderstorm started, the kind where you look down at the lines on the road so you don't end up in a ditch since you can't see anything else. Once, when the lightning flashed...
At that point, maybe consider going back. But if you already made it that far, I guess go all the way. But if I'm a meteorologist or one of those people that predicts the weather, and I tell you the weather is about to be clocked up for everybody in this specific area, and you still go out, that's on you. That's your ass. Don't sue me. Maybe you can sue the company, but don't sue me. If I tell your ass, this mother clucking 10 tornadoes hauling your ass, hauling at your way, and you still go out, that's on you. If I tell you there's a big ass dust storm that stretches 6 miles this way, boom, that's on you. If I tell your ass there's a meteor coming, talking about some on some Thanos shit, the moon, that's your ass.
My friend Zen swore he saw a tornado in the cornfield in the distance.
Wow. Hold on. Because you can't just talk like you just didn't say what you just said. Hold on. There's a tornado out in the distance. If you can see it, you're too close. Right? Granted, we can see pretty far, but just saying, if you see it, you're too close. And on top of that, you're driving next to a cornfield. Jesus Christ.
We gave up and pulled under a bridge until the rain let up enough for us to see. We waited 20 to 25 minutes and then drove a few miles through the storm. The rest of the trip was drizzle, and that post-thunderstorm fog made driving impossible. There were hardly any other cars on the interstate since most people were too smart to be out driving, which added to the creepy feeling. Luckily, we had found a little motel.
It's just cluckiness after cluckiness after cluckiness. God damn. You could have did a hotel, like a 1-star hotel, You could have did a 0.5 hotel, You could have did a 0.001% hotel, Even a 0.001% hotel is better than a 6-star motel.
20-minute drive away that was dirt cheap. It was 3 stories tall with no interior hallways. All the rooms were accessed from the outside. Unfortunately, the cheapest rooms were on the 3rd floor and the elevator needed to be in order. The owner had put up a signboard right next to it. Checking into the motel in the middle of the night was interesting. It was still foggy and drizzling out, but humid and hot. There were only 2 to 3 other cars in the damp parking lot. The only lights were from the lobby and the street lights. We walked inside and no one was at the desk. After ringing the bell for about 15 minutes without a response, we called the motel for my friend.
15 minutes? That's a long time. I don't even do that. 15 minutes? That's your ass. That's a long. Next time you go to a hotel or motel and you don't see nobody in the front and they got a bell, just ring it. Ring it. For 15 minutes. That's a long time.
Cell phone. An older man answered and soon approached the desk from the back room. We tried to negotiate a first-floor room since they were not busy. He was a jerk, though, and kept saying, "They're booked." There were 2 to 3 other cars there. Indeed, some rooms on the first floor had to be available. Exhausted, we took our...
The only way, my guy, that the first floor is booked is if those 2 to 3 cars were some clown cars and about 30 of the motherfuckers came out on each car.
third floor room and prepared to drag our
That shit
suitcase
look like a master key. What kind of key is that? God damn.
up 3 flights of outside stairs in the drizzle and heat. As we left the lobby, the old man called out to us, "Lock your doors. Don't answer them after dark." He went back into the back room.
I was saying, hold on. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn minute. Hold on. Damn. Toby, not right now. What you talking about? That shit hurts. I smacked the shit out of my head. What you talking about? Huh? Nah, you're not doing this. How you gonna say lock your shit, right? Lock your shit, right? What else he say? Toby, what else he say? Huh? What else he say? Something about the darkness. And then, my God, you go into the darkness? Okay. Alright. If I get clocked up, I'm beating your ass. And I'm hauling ass after that.
And the door. God, that creeped me out. We unloaded the car in the foggy, dark parking lot and dragged our luggage to the stairs. We all saw the elevator as we came around the back of the building. The out-of-order sign was gone, and the doors were open. The light in the elevator was the only light source in the entire back of the building. It seemed like something good finally happened to us on the trip.
What? It just, the elevator just said out of order. And now it just, miraculously, it's just fine how it just works. That's a miracle. Jesus there had nothing to do with that.
The elevator worked, and we didn't have to carry our things up those slippery stairs. I remember thinking it was weird that the doors were open. Didn't elevator doors usually stay closed until you push the button? Whatever. It was better than stairs. We loaded our luggage and got in. I pushed the button for the 3rd floor and the doors started to close. The doors were standard elevator doors, and right before they closed all the way, words appeared. Written in red paint or marker on the far side of the elevator doors so that it was only visible when the door closed. It said, "Stay in." Dude, what the hell? Zen said, looking worried. I assured him it was just red paint and a silly kid prank. The condition of the motel screamed about sketchy people and danger, but that was our only option. So we made it up to the 3rd floor and checked into our room. It was a big room with 3 single beds, more than we could have asked for that night.
I ain't never. Maybe I just get like the basic of the shits. Even, okay. I've been to a motel only to help my uncle move his things in. I guess he was just staying there for, I don't know, however long. I was just helping him move in. So I ain't stay the night. I ain't do none of that. Maybe hotels have 3 beds. But for the most part, I've just seen only 2, maybe 1 in a hotel. Let alone motel. I ain't never seen no 3 beds. Maybe it's like at the top level. Or maybe it's like, hotel suites. Or like the lavish life of a hotel. Like at the top level. Maybe they have like 3+ beds in one room. But I don't know. That's weird.
I went to wash my face, but turned on the tap. Murky, ironclad water came out of it.
Come on.
Yuck! That stinks! Shut up, Zen. Be grateful to have a roof over your head. We were all tired, so we immediately threw ourselves onto the beds. My friends were snoring, yet I struggled to sleep. The writing on the elevator door kept flashing in my mind. After struggling for a few more minutes, I heard the elevator ding. Who's coming up at this hour? I came to the door and placed my ear on it. I heard nothing. I looked at the dim, antique brass door handle. I slowly put my right hand on the handle and turned it. The door creaked open, and I quickly peeked out of the slightly open door. I saw a silhouette. It looked like a person. I couldn't make much out of it. All I saw was a tall, lanky, black silhouette standing beyond my hallway. He was not taking anything or doing anything. He was standing there. It made it so much more creepy. It's standing perfectly still. The elevator sound again appeared, and the doors started to slide. The elevator's light hit the hallway, and I saw the man. He stepped inside the elevator facing his back.
Oh, shit!
And then he turned to the front. I will never forget the grin on his face. But that wasn't the only disturbing thing about him. He was holding a woman's head by her long black hair. The woman's mouth was half open with her eyes wide in fear of death. We watched each other silently, and then the elevator doors closed. Locking the door, I came back to the bed. I woke up my friend.
I was sick. Blake, wake up! Wake up! Other one. Blake, wake up! Wake up! Clucker. Blake!
I don't care if they believed me, but I forced them to leave the motel. We reported to the cops about the motel and the owner, but never got any follow-up. Years later, I learned in the news that a famous serial killer was arrested at that same motel. He cut his victim's head off and then sneaked out the body in plastic wrap to dump in the lake.
Oh, wait a minute. What? You can't just... Who is the famous serial killer? Who? Dahmer? If anybody knows who he's talking about, let me know. The hell? Is that a rat? Oh.
It's been roughly 18 hours since the elevator stopped, and I don't know what to do anymore. I was heading to my apartment on the 9th floor and got trapped in this hellhole. Several times, I've contacted the 24/7 service number printed on the inside of the elevator, but they're no help. Neither are my parents, nor the police. I got into the elevator on a Friday night.
You look like you up to no good. You look like a sus-ass mother clucker. You know, I just realized I made up 2 words. Well, kind of. Sus hoops, right? That's one word. Sus hoops. And suspy. Sus and creepy at the same time. And there was another one. Creeping at. I forgot.
Thinking this weekend will give me some more time to relax. I watched the number plates change. Everything was fine until the 6th floor. But right on the 7th, a sudden jerk took place.
What is that? Goddamn. What is that? I'm sorry to keep stopping. What is the hotel that some hotels don't go on? Or like the level? You know, isn't like a superstition where it's like certain hotels don't go on a certain level, like they skip a number. Is it 7?
I grabbed the corner walls for support, and then the elevator stopped. It took a minute to realize I was stuck in an elevator, but once I did, I started panicking. I pressed the emergency button, but nothing happened. I checked my phone, which had no network. I looked at the CCTV camera and waved my hand. Hello? Help! The elevator's stuck! I sat down on the elevator floor. Worries started to hit me. Tomorrow is a Saturday. The cleaning guy took off for this weekend, which means he will be here on Monday morning. How am I going to get out of this? I jumped and started banging my fists on the elevator door. Hello? Can anyone hear me? I'm stuck in here! Please help! The doors were so tightly closed that I couldn't hear any sound outside. Slowly, I started sweating. I began biting my nails while thinking of ways to escape this purgatory. The closed environment started to make me claustrophobic. I got rid of my tie and unbuttoned my shirt to breathe correctly. Wiping the sweat off my forehead, I sat down again. I don't have any food or water, and if no one comes to my rescue tonight, I might have to be here till Monday morning. I looked above and saw the vent. I tried jumping to reach the top of the elevator, but my height wasn't enough. I started sweating even more. I could hear my lungs rising higher and higher to catch a breath. I can't waste my energy like this. The feeling of being trapped inside an elevator gradually took over my mind. Am I gonna die in here? It's possible, right? The scarcity of oxygen and water can kill me, no doubt. It started getting so hot inside the elevator like someone had set a fire from the outside. I could feel my lips tremble, my feet were numb, and I started to pass out. I got onto my knees, holding my neck. I could feel someone was choking me. My vision went blurry, and I don't remember when I fainted. A high-pitched squeaking sound brought me back to my senses. I opened my eyes to see a pair of big black eyes staring back at me. My heart stopped as those eyes never blinked. Ah! I jumped in fear, moving straight.
I was like, where did the rat come from? Then I realized it probably came from the vent.
To the other side of the elevator, and the mouse dropped from my chest. Jeez! Almost gave me a heart attack. My scream scared the mouse, and it ran to the hole in the left corner and disappeared.
It's a hole!
Now I noticed the walls of the elevator. Something bizarre had started to happen to them. There was a big, damp-like mark on the elevator doors, and a hairy, stringy thing almost like a twig was poking out of it. I touched the damp with my fingers, and
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I hope you get every disease known to man. Because you deserve it, my brother.
thick black liquid started dripping. The texture of the damp felt disgustingly squashy. What the hell is all this? And then again, I heard the squeaking sound. I thought the mouse was back, so I looked at the hole in the corner, but I didn't see it. I went close to the hole and tried to see what was on the opposite side. At first, it was only darkness. Suddenly, a tongue sprung out from that hole and started to move like crazy. Ah! What is this? Please help me! Get me out of here! A scary growl could be heard as well. The tongue looked like it belonged to some creature from a terrifying place. Right then, the elevator lights started to flicker.
Oh, yeah?
No, please! I kept hitting all the buttons like crazy. I just wanted this nightmare to end. I knew if I didn't get out of there, I would eventually go mad forever. Or worst, I might end up killing myself.
You know, I probably, if I could, I would take, if I was in your situation, I would have took everything in me to take off one of those rails that's on the wall. You're fighting for my life.
Losing my mind, I grabbed the tail-like thing poking out of that damped wall and started pulling it. The more I pulled, the squeaking sound grew louder. The tail came from the wall at one point, making me fall on my back, and thousands of mice started crawling into the elevator.
Nah. Thousands? Nah. Nope. I just died. What y'all doing? And that's it. You can't do nothing. Like, are you gonna fight all them thousands of rats? Nah. I'm dying. And they can have my leftovers.
Their dirty smell and soggy, hairy bodies made me nauseous. The sight was straight out of a horror movie. Tons of mice jumped out from the damp wall, filling the closed space like water. Mice were everywhere. They were on my shoes and soon rose to my waist. I was drowning in a sea of plagued mice, and my screams were dying down in my throat. Ow! Somebody! I don't want to die in here, please! Someone call the cops! When the army of mice reached my neck,
Why the mice or a rat? Why he come up like that? Like a fucking human. Let me just look at it. Oh no, that's so funny.
Army of mice reached my neck. I felt their teeth on my skin. They were biting me off like ants finishing a sugar cube. Ah! Ah! Stop! Stop! I began picking each mouse and throwing it away as far as possible. But they didn't stop. I screamed for one last time and fainted. When I woke up, I heard the ambulance. 2 men were taking me out on a stretcher. An oxygen mask was covering my face, and I saw the daylight shining on my face. I stayed in the hospital for a week due to severe dehydration and low blood pressure. The cleaning guy found me in the elevator Monday morning.
But hold on a second. Hold on a second. What are the mice? Maggots? What? I don't know what to call them. Mice or rats? I think mice are indoors and rats are outdoors. I don't know the difference. But where did all the mice go? That's crazy. It was almost as if the mice set you up just to get your body. You know? Some would have said that they triggered, that they, I'm saying that they either bit some wires or whatever to stop it. Hey, mice are right. They're getting smarter.
Trapped inside the elevator for more than 40 hours. Though there were no wounds or bite marks on my body, that invasion of the mice still haunts me to sleep. My doctor said I suffered major hallucinations and panic attacks due to the claustrophobic environment.
Oh my God.
I still get goosebumps thinking how real it all was, even if none of it made any sense. I don't think I'll ever feel safe inside an elevator again. The story you just saw is a fictional representation of the trauma lived by a man who spent
1 hour stuck in an elevator? Oh no, it's cut off. I was about to say, ain't no way he just hallucinated after an hour. Oh, okay. I was about to say, it probably says, like, what did you say, 40? Something. It's way more than an hour.
41 hours trapped inside an elevator. Okay. In 1999, Nick White was 34 with a home, a beautiful girlfriend, and a great social life and a good job. But all that was about to change when he got trapped in an elevator without food or water. Working late one Friday evening, Nick left office to smoke a cigarette outside. Once he'd finished it, he walked back into the building. He got into the lift and pushed the button. On the way up to his floor, he felt a jolt, and the lights dimmed for a second. Nick White soon realized that the elevator had stopped. He rang the emergency bell, the first thing anyone would have done. He waited for a while for someone to answer, but no one did. The more time passed, the more the horrifying thought of dying in that closed space reigned his mind. 2 days in an enclosed space without food or water is an incredibly long time to be imprisoned. The CCTV footage of that night went viral, and Nick eventually filed a lawsuit against the managing committee.
I would too.
When I returned from work, I saw a cop car parked under my building. I went in and saw 2 cops talking to the landlord. They looked at me suspiciously and said, "We'll be back for more." The cops left, and I asked the landlord, "Is everything all right?" He scratched his head in confusion and gave me bizarre news. One of our tenants, named Marcus, went missing today.
Named who? Named who? A glitch got me messed up. He said Arcus, not Marcus. Don't give people that have the name Marcus a bad rap. Don't do that shit. I'll come through the screen and smack the hell out of you. Don't do that.
He was last seen taking the building elevator from the ground floor. His apartment was on the 9th, but before he could reach there, he just disappeared from within the elevator. I was so shocked to hear this that I couldn't grasp the landlord's words for a moment. "I was checking the elevator footage from last night. Marcus was inside the elevator till it hit the 6th floor, and then on the 7th, he was gone." But how is that possible? It makes no sense. "I can show you the footage I have shown the cops." I went to his office and he showed me this clip of last night. Around 12:30, Marcus got into the elevator. The floors went one after the other, and the elevator suddenly stopped. The visuals suffered a few glitches and the screen went dark. After 3 seconds, the screen turned on, but Marcus wasn't there anymore.
What?
My apartment was on the first floor. Telling my landlord to keep updating me on this disappearance case of Marcus, I walked up the stairs. I noticed the normal-looking old elevator from the corner of my eye and felt shivers. How could a person just vanish like that? He was right there on the 6th floor, and after that malfunction, it was just the empty elevator on the 7th. I got inside my apartment, showered, and had dinner. Even though I was exhausted, but I still struggled to sleep. That was the moment I realized. It's been 11 months I've been living here now, but not once I availed the elevator. I looked at the clock. It was 12:30 night. Yesterday at this time, Marcus went missing. I never talked to Marcus much, not like he was a talker anyway. We mostly said hello whenever we came across each other in the lobby. He would smile awkwardly and walk away. I don't know what came over me, but I just couldn't stop thinking about this incident. Dragged down by my curiosity, I ended up leaving my apartment. I walked up to the elevator and pressed the 7th floor. The metal doors closed with a screeching sound and the number plate began to change, but the elevator functioned correctly this time. I reached the 7th floor without any trouble, which surprised me. Once I stepped into the lobby, I felt cold. I'd never come to this floor. The lights on this floor flickered like crazy. Some were even burnt out, making it...
Did he really just take an elevator? After all that, you gonna take an elevator? You clock ass.
hard to see. I slowly walked up to Marcus's apartment. We came into this building the same day. While filling out the forms in the landlord's office, I remember seeing the number of his apartment, 16. I stopped outside the apartment. Using my phone's flashlight, I saw the door sealed with yellow tape. The cops must have searched his apartment.
What you doing? What are you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Alright.
Should I go in?
Alright.
My hand trembled.
Alright.
Am I doing the right thing?
No, nigga.
I switched on the light and saw the room as a mess. The closet was open, with clothes on the floor. Bed and linens were turned over to the edge.
What the hell?
Jeez! Realizing how crazy I had been, I quickly exited the apartment. I closed the door and rushed into the elevator. I pressed the ground floor and the elevator door closed once again. But wait, why isn't it going down? Oddly, the elevator was just standing on the same floor. What the hell? I pressed the button again. Still no movement. And then the elevator made a sudden jerk and started going down. But before the number could change from 7 to 6, the lights inside the elevator went off, and it ultimately got dark. Hello? Anyone's here? I started having a panic attack. I switched on my phone's flashlight, and just then, the elevator lights sparked and shattered, splashing droplets of fire above my head. Ah! I covered my face while screaming. I removed my hands, hearing the sound of the door sliding by. In front of my eyes stood this dark space with a small white spotlight in the distance, and under that light stood a man. Yes, a man. He had his back to me. Hello? Help me.
I'm good.
Marcus, what are you doing here? Which floor is this? I looked at the number plate and couldn't believe my eyes. It was floor 6.5.
What?
Help me.
I'm good, nigga.
Please. Marcus's ominous cry brought my attention back to him. With shaking footsteps, I stepped out of the elevator.
So you've been walking around barefooted this whole time. You deserve to get the most clucked out of anybody. Who the
The floor beneath my bare feet was so cold. Marcus still had his back on me. Marcus, what's going on? You're scaring me now. Marcus! I took 2 steps ahead, and so did he. Is this guy crazy? I again took 2 steps, and Marcus did the same. I looked back at the elevator and felt Marcus's head turning as well. But the moment I looked at him again, I saw his back. He was mimicking my every move like a puppet.
Is that him?
Stop it! Just turn around! What are you trying to... You must turn around! I turned around and holy smokes, Marcus was now standing right behind me, facing his back at me. I walked towards him screaming, "How did you get behind me so fast?" And he mimicked my footsteps again, walking straight inside the elevator. I stopped in fear as he turned around and said, "I'm sorry. There's no other way."
You know what? I would have said, if I was in his situation and he talking about, sorry, there's no other way. He's in the elevator and I'm out. I would have said, I would have teleported. That's how quick I would have been. I would have went from here, or I would have went from point A to I'm at point A. He's at point B. He's in the elevator. I'm outside the elevator. I would have said, in the middle of him saying, "Sorry, there's no other," I would have been right next to him talking about something. "What you talking about? There's no other way. We right here. So let's go up together." What you talking about? So are they both missing? Or is Marcus back? Alright. Yeah, I'm good on elevators. You know, I'm good on I'm good on all that. I don't mind elevators, but you know, I'm not, you know. After watching this, I'm definitely gonna be looking at the level, like the number of levels that they have. And if for some reason I go to 7, that's dead. That's dead. I might as well now give me my time of suffering. You know? If I see 7, see, I'm a little paranoid. Like, if I go to a hotel and I see level 7, I'm a hell no. But I would never have my room on number 7. Even if they said all of level 7 is available, I'm good on all that. I'd rather go to a motel than go to number 7. Jesus Christ. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.